And character is not shaped in the moments that things are easy. Character is shaped in the times that things are difficult. If there's one thing that I feel pretty convicted on about leadership, is that the better leader you become, the bigger problems you have to solve. And that it's basically just solving one problem after another, after another, after another. And not just me, but the organizations that we look at and we study, the leaders that we have coached, one-on-one through our various coaching programs, companies that we have profiled. This is really true. And one of the things that has taught me a lot about leadership, especially in recent years, is parenting. Those of you that are parents, I mean, what an entree and an arena for practicing leadership. And about a year ago, AJ and I were with our boys. So we have two boys, and at this time, one of them, our oldest, was about 3, and our youngest was 1. And her family lives in Chattanooga, by Chattanooga, Tennessee, but we live in Nashville. So we're driving down, we're in Nashville. We kind of do like our little Christmas celebration, and then we drive about 2.5 hours back to Nashville. And our kids were absolute angels in the car. This entire car ride, and if you've ever driven kids around, you know that it's like, it can be hit or miss how that goes. Our kids were just angels in the car. And so we're like, wow, they're doing pretty good. Let's stop and get a coffee on the way home. So we stop at this Starbucks, and we're sitting there, the 4 of us, and we're just like this, happy family, loving the holidays, and our kids are being perfect, and, mommy and daddy are all happy. And these 2 girls are sitting next to us, and they're like, oh my gosh, your kids are so cute. You guys are the cutest little family. And so we're just bragging about like, oh my gosh, our kids, are just dolls. And we just did this car ride, and they were so sweet. And right about that time, my oldest 3-year-old says, daddy potty. And so I take him into the potty. Well, apparently AJ is showing off our baby, our 1-year-old, and is just like, bragging basically on how perfect our kid is. And she's like holding him up, and she feels something warm on her leg. And she apparently she's calling me on the phone, and she calls and I hit ignore, and she calls again, I hit ignore. She calls again, I hit ignore, and she keeps calling. And finally I answered her, and I'm like, babe, what? I'm dealing with something. And she talks to me in this very special voice that only mothers have. And she says, I need you right now. And some of you, those of you that are moms, you maybe have this voice, you use it from time to time. And she says, I said, babe, I can't help you right now. I am dealing with a code brown. And my toddler, like the oldest, was having a situation, and she said, get out here immediately. I come out, and so I carry our naked toddler out of the bathroom in Starbucks. She is holding up our infant, and she has a code brown all down the side of her leg. And I go, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. So I go to grab the baby. As soon as I grab the baby, he spits up projectile all over her. And so now she is like covered in baby bile, and we all go rushing into the bathroom. And so we're all in the bathroom. I'm taking the baby. I'm trying to like deal with the baby situation. She's trying to wash herself off. And what happens is she forgets that our toddler is right behind her, and she turns to like dry herself off, and she hits our toddler, Jasper, our 3-year-old. She hits him into her steaming hot latte. So she has this latte and he, it catches him, like it pours on him. And so he's screaming and he falls into, or as he's screaming, she falls into the dryer, the hand dryer, which is like one of these Dyson air blades. And so his face is underneath this Dyson, and it's so loud, and it's just like blowing on his face. His cheeks are flapping in the air like he's skydiving or something. He's screaming from the burns. She's screaming because she hit her back on the Dyson. And like literally the people outside of this Starbucks bathroom, all they know is that there was a naked toddler, a mom with doo-doo all over her. There's kids screaming in the bathroom, and now there is hot brown liquid leaking out from underneath the door. And I'm trying to help her, and they're screaming, and I'm screaming. And then I turn around, and as I'm trying to help her, I turn around. Our baby is peeing onto his face. And this is, I think, what it looks like in so many ways to be a leader, right? I mean, like, this is parenting. Yes, Ashley says, this is so real life. And this is what I think leadership looks like. Like, if somebody wants to know, what does it mean to be a leader? It means challenging circumstances. That's it. People think that leadership is titles and, stature and respect and money. That's not what real leadership is all about. Real leadership is about challenging circumstances, and the influential leader matures to a point where they have a really, really big realization that most people never have. And that is where they actually become grateful for challenging circumstances, because they know that challenging circumstances cultivate championship character. This is the evolution of maturity of a leader, is that they are actually thankful for challenging circumstances, because they know that it is those circumstances that really develop our character. And the reason that this matters is because as a leader, your influence will never grow wider than your character runs deep. Our ability to grow our organization, to grow our impact, and to grow our influence all depends on our ability to have a deeper strength or depth of character. And character is not shaped in the moments that things are easy. Character is shaped in the times that things are difficult. And it is something that never stops, because as you become stronger, your leadership star rises, and that brings more challenges. And then you figure out a way to get through those, and then you grow to the next level, which will bring more challenges. And so all the way to the point where, somebody becomes Bill Gates, and they're literally solving for the greatest problems that face humanity. So this is the kind of journey that we are on. And character is the vehicle. As our character gets stronger, our leadership gets stronger.